Hey guys, this is the Hydro. I've recently pulled a couple of pretty awesome heroes, so I wanted to do a few hero highlight videos. The first one I want to do is Krisk the Ageless. I was fortunate enough to get him about 2 weeks ago, so I decided to really go hard on gearing him, getting him maxed out, and doing what I could. So I'll kind of flip through the gear that I have equipped on him real quick just to kind of show you uh, what I basically have. Not everything is perfect, but it's pretty good stuff, as you can see from his stats. He's very solid. He can take a lot of punishment. He's just absolutely amazing, and he's got so much going on. It's just he's what a void legendary hero should be, in my opinion. I'm glad that for the most part I haven't pulled disappointing legendary heroes. Um, just just been damn lucky with almost all my legendary pulls. Just a quick run through. I kind of focused on speed, defense, um, resist, accuracy. Um, it, if hit points wasn't a major focus, I kind of figured that would come along with the gear, and I am not disappointed at 45k hit points or so. Um, but as you can see, there's pretty much a focus on speed and defense, and I kind of let everything else come naturally. The ring I'm not terribly happy with, but I've just recently started being able to farm Spider 20 on auto, so the jewelry definitely needs improvement, but I'm not unhappy with how he's currently geared. And then as far as masteries go, I'm not going to go through them piece by piece or anything, but this gives you a general idea of what I'm using. I do need to respec him. I'm probably going to do more support than offense, but I haven't decided on lasting gifts yet. I don't want to use lasting gifts if I'm going to use them in clan boss, and I have been considering that as a spec for him. So either way, I'm probably going to get rid of sniper. It only really helps with his A1. And right now with his passive, it puts it at 80% instead of 75. Once I have him booked, his spec's definitely gonna change a bit. But since he's unbooked currently, this is how we're gonna roll. Um, and I do want to show him in arena, but I should probably talk about his skills. So we'll hop back into that real quick. Now his A1, Enter the Morass, attacks all enemies, 30% chance of placing 30% decreased speed for 2 turns. Really solid skill. Great in arena, great in dungeons. Just all the way around very handy, and it's an AoE A1. His A2 attacks all enemies, 50% ally protection, and a 15% continuous heals on him for 1 turn. That would be one reason to use lasting gifts, except for the fact that it increases the duration of all buffs by 1 turn. So he actually gets 2 turns on that 15% continuous heal because it places before the duration of ally buffs. And then his A3, which is also a game changer, he places a provoke on everybody, 60% increased defense on himself, and 30% increased speed on all allies, except for him for 2 turns. Just amazing. Um, and his passive is also just his entire kit. There is nothing lacking in any skill that he has. Just ridiculously amazing. I wasn't super familiar with his kit until I pulled him because I never imagined that I would get him. But so his passive at the start of each round, he places a shield buff on all allies for 2 turns equal to 50% of his hit point. Pretty sick. And then he has a 75% chance of placing a 60% decreased defense and a 50% decreased attack debuff on any attacker when he gets hit. That's why I have sniper right now, to get that at 80%, more so than anything else, really. Once it's booked, we're talking about 100%. I'll probably get rid of sniper. Now, moving on, we're going to do some hits in arena. You can see what a beast this guy really is. It just I, I can't explain how much he has carried me in arena. I've been speed farming gold for quite a while. Um, So I've intentionally stayed low so that I could get easy kills and lower gold for. If I set my defense to the offense that you'll see in this video, then if people even do attack me, it's pretty rare they knock out a win. I'm not saying they can't, I'm just saying it's pretty rare. For the most part, I auto all of my battles, even this high-end arena, with the exception of when I need to take out a reser. I'd rather just have to kill everybody once. So that's usually what I do is try and take out their either turn meter booster or the reser, depending on who it is, as quickly as I can. As soon as I accomplish that, I'll flip on auto and see how the rest of the battle goes. This is a pretty decently tough team. If they're resisting things that I'm throwing at them, or if they're super high hit point and defense stack, then they can be trouble for sure. But this one, that went pretty smoothly. Wasn't the fastest fight in the world, but it was pretty smooth, and that's in mid gold 4, so 180k team, so they were pretty solid. But moving on, we'll see what other team I can mess with here. Now Razin is gonna add 90 resist to everybody. On a 166k team, that means they're pretty resist stacked already. This is a pretty strong team that I'm going against here. And it's going to come down to, Krisk doing his work and Mountain King doing his work. Obviously, Arbiter and Miscreated Monster, are great additions to this particular team. And I was hoping I could get rid of the tower first. Did not get lucky. Apparently he has more than 65,000 hit points, which is pretty cray. But I'm not out of the fight yet. Like, it's not going to be easy. They have a good chance of resisting a lot of what I throw at them, but we'll see how it goes. I mean, if I lose, I lose. It's not the end of the world. But more often than not, I can pull out wins, even on incredibly difficult teams like this. As you notice, my Arbiter's doing about 3 turns to every turn and a half that they're doing. So on a long enough battle, she'll lap them, but she is the weakest of the bunch here. So there's a good chance she'll go down. But it's not the end of the world if she does. They've still got a lot of an uphill battle to get through the rest of my heroes here. And both Frank and Krisk have the ability to heal themselves. If Mountain King, the little monster, manages to get a kill on somebody, then he gets a huge shield. So it's not over yet, even with Arbiter down. That takes care of Madame Saris. She's gonna go peacefully into the good night there, and we're gonna poke away at these other two. But more often than not, you're not gonna see this amount of resist. Krisk's accuracy is still a little low for arena. That's something I'm working on, but I figure by capping out Great Hall, or at least getting it to 8 or 9, that'll make up for the difference in some of these high resist teams that I go against. But so far everything's been working out okay, and I don't see a need to change much with everybody as they are right now. I do struggle with Valkyries more than other heroes because of her ginormous shield, but the thing is most of them don't have this. I mean, it seems like almost 100% resist rate. I can't imagine how high the resist is on this Valk. I mean, she was probably 400 before Raz's extra 90. So, even with that, still wore her down. She never really had a chance to kill anybody, with the exception of her utility. So, these things happen, but still, punch and jab, eventually she's going to go down. There's only so much she can do. And I mean, even against super high resist teams, it is hella rare that a fight goes on for 3 minutes. So appreciate you sitting through that one. That was kind of a nail biter right there. I'd like to go against a Tormund team that I feel like I have a shot against, but that one on the bottom's kind of a no-go. And the one at the top of the list is that's just a crazy hell no fight. I mean, and sure, I'd love to go in and show you me getting my ass kicked. But what I'd like to do is find a Tormund comp that is more average. Doesn't look like I'm going to come across one here. Excuse me. But see if there is a good fight in here. Just to kind of showcase Krisk a little more. Here at the bottom we have a pretty crazy composition. Now, they're not running a turn meter booster, but with that amount of power, they're probably pretty quick, kind of heavy on resists. So it should be a good challenge. You know, and the first thing that I want to do is make sure that Raglan, I think it is, goes down, the one on the left, the Void. So if at all possible, I'll go ahead and take Raglan out and then see if maybe I can auto the rest of this fight. I don't think that's Baron. Yeah, it's Raglan. The res and the obnoxious heal. So now that they're down, go ahead and click auto and see what everybody can handle. It doesn't look like they were as scary resist stacked as the last team I fought, but had they had Raz as the leader, it could have gone differently. But this is a more average fight time. I like to keep them under a minute if at all possible. So if you've got that crazy defense that's turtle and gonna take me 3 minutes to kill, then more often than not I'm gonna avoid you and just skip on to the next page. So that's another victory against a pretty high team, and then we'll see if we can show off Krisk in some dungeons here, at least for a dragon run. And I don't want to run this video forever, but just another way to show off what Krisk can kind of do. He does excel in dungeons more so than anywhere else, I suppose, although he's awesome in clan boss, he's awesome in arena, he's awesome in campaign. So that's kind of just, he's an all-around super S-tier hero in my opinion. So I try to do pretty quick runs. That's why I have Kale, Skullcrown, and Robar in here. It's just a massive amount of damage output. You know, wave 1 down in 20 seconds, wave 2 down by a minute, and hopefully the dragon down within another minute. That's kind of what I aim for on average. I am still hoping to get a hero here or there that'll help me do these super speed runs that you see those other crazy content creators do, but I have an extremely limited budget. I don't put very much of my own money into this game. If people are nice enough to donate or or reach out to me and ask me to do some work for them in exchange for tips and or a pay rate, then I'm happy to do that. As you saw, Skullcrown went ahead and bit the dust on that wave too. But we are just over a minute getting to the dragon, and even without her, I have a feeling we can drop the dragon in just about a minute flat. I'm also still waiting for a solid in-game poisoner that I can throw at the dragon, but Kale does get the job done. I have him pretty crazily geared, and he's one of the few rares that I still use in a lot of places. I was using him on Nightmare and Ultra Nightmare up until recently, and he was still putting in that work. So nobody can say that rares aren't useful as you get into in-game. It's just sometimes you gotta have the comp to go with them. So it looks like I'm going to be pretty close to downing this guy in 2 minutes, and that gives you kind of an idea of what Krisk the Ageless is like, how I have him geared, and what kind of wreckage that he can put forth Now, as I mentioned in all my vids, if you have any questions, if there's anything I can help you with, if you know, if you want to donate to me, anything crazy like that, just reach out to me. I'm available. I'll drop my Discord tag in my descriptions more often. Guys, feel free to hit me up and let's get better at this game together. And I hope all of you are having a great day. I appreciate you for